So hi guys, Adam here, welcome back to PGA Life and to Projectwin. This is just a bit of a recap from our trip to France. So how did I get on, how did I play, and how's Projectwin coming along in 2019 so far? Let's go. So guys, welcome back. We're back from France, but how did we play? So firstly, hopefully you've watched all of the vlogs that me and Simon have done from Le Golf National on the Albatross course. It was a bit of a brute. We got beaten up at times, but we didn't play too badly. It was a good match and we really enjoyed ourselves. It was great to be on that type of golf course and relive all of those memories. But how did I play over the 3 days we were in France? Well, there's one way to have a look. We've got all the stats, so I haven't used the Golf Shake app as I've been using in these videos up till now. I'm actually using the TaylorMade My Round app, so that's going to give us some strokes gained and where I think I played badly and where the stats think I played badly might differ slightly. Right, let's delve in, let's have a look. Okay guys, so let's delve into these stats. I'll put them up just here for you. So as you can see on this front screen, this is the first time I've used the My Round Pro app from TaylorMade. So Simon used it quite a bit. I got over to Le Golf National and the Golf Shake wouldn't pick up any of the courses. So we'll have a look round. It says I shot 6 over 77. I actually shot 5 over twice. The last hole is a par 5 of the LTs, but they've got it in as a par 4. So we'll just have a little look at this bottom one first. So when we go through and it starts to load, you can see that it comes up into this. So it gives you all your strokes gains at the tops there. If you click through the stats. So now on the first day, it was the first time I'd used my irons, new irons on the golf course. So as you can see, gives you all your stats in here, what I was to par on the par 5s. To play the par 5s well in 4.67. Par 4s I was over par, par 3s I was over par. So I didn't start that well around this golf course, as you would have seen from the vlogs. If you haven't watched them, please go back and watch those. So you've got your classic stats in here. So I've hit 14% of fairways in regulation, 50% of the greens. But that obviously doesn't tell you a whole story. So when you look at strokes gained driving, I've picked up 0.36 to scratch. So again, that 14% doesn't always tell a story. And the bit, if you were to see greens in regulation at 50%, you would say that actually I've hit half the greens, that's not too bad, where I've actually lost 4.72 on approach play. So somewhere I would look to be gaining going forwards. It's one of those areas that, look, my proximity to hole wasn't that great. Now, first time out with the irons, it was still obviously getting used to them, but I didn't swing it that great with the irons. I swung driver okay, and I thought I putted quite well. And bizarrely, I thought my short game wasn't that sharp, but again, picking up 1.55 shots, strokes gained, you can see where the stats, sometimes the way you feel as an individual, you've played in certain areas. Now, actually, my approach plays put too much stress on my short game and my putting. And actually, my putting was pretty good, but my short game equally as good as my putting. So it's just the situation I put myself in with that approach play that's then made that second part feel maybe not quite so sharp, where I still need to work on those areas going forwards, but I do need to have a lot more practice time and game time with the new clubs in the bag. So let's have a little look at day 2. Okay, so stats up again, day 2, Eagle course, at Le Golf National. Now, the greens were very, very sandy. You'll see from our daily vlog from when we were in France that they had top dressed the greens, quite a thick layer of sand across them. So you can see my strokes gained at the top, shot 1 over par. We click through to the stats, and I've shot 72, so level par for the par 3s, over par for the par 4s, and under par again for the par 5s. So playing the par 5s a lot better. Lost shots putting, but that's not surprising when you saw what we were putting on. So there was a couple of shortish putts early on that I've missed, or 2 putted that actually were pretty central, come up half a foot short through all the sand. So not too worried about that. Approach play was better around this golf course. However, it was a little easier. I wasn't hitting it in from quite so far away. So obviously those longer iron shots and from mid to long irons is somewhere to have a little look at. Driving, again, picking up shots with that, which is encouraging for me, as driving's not always a greatest strength of mine. And short game, lost a little bit on short game, but again, harder to chip onto greens when they're not quite as you would want them. But looking through, we can see now the classic stats. I've hit 54% of fairways in regulation, 72% of greens, 34 putts. And it's just one of those days. I played okay, made a birdie on the par 5, 17th, and then hold quite a long putt on the last to shoot 1 over par. So pretty happy. Again, just more game time needed. Again, the chipping was okay, but trying to chip onto some of those greens was quite hard. I actually felt I chipped the ball okay and got a little bit unlucky with a couple. So again, you can see how the stats don't really reflect sometimes how you play. I thought the approach play was okay. I could have hit it a lot closer with the wedges that I had. But again, it's more game time. It's getting used to it. But again, for me, picking up any strokes off the tee for me, not being the greatest fan of driver, is going to be a massive, massive gain. So I've got to keep hitting that driver. Got to keep being aggressive. Right, day 3. Let's have a look. Okay guys, so day 3, back on the Albatross course. Love this golf course. It beats me up, but I love it. So again, shot 76, not 77, so 5 over. Click through to the stats. You can see from the top there. Over par on the par 3s, on the par 4s, and then under par on the par 5s again. So again, playing those par 5s a bit better. Big strokes gained putting today. So 3.44 strokes gained putting, so that's a big gain on the scratch field. That would be a really good plus point for me. And strokes gained driving again at 1.27, so that's 2 big areas where I've worked on over the last 12 months to try and get better. I wasn't always the greatest fan of hitting driver, so for that area to be a bit stronger, that's great for me. And again, approach play and short game this time. I actually thought I didn't chip it too bad, but again, that's where you don't feel like you've chipped it too bad, but it's the situations that you've been put in by that approach play that's then put the pressure on that bit. So lots of more work needed to get used to those new irons and get used to the new wedges as well, and get back sharper in that short game before a 2-day competition towards the back end of April. So look through the classic stats. We've hit 36% of fairways in reg, 50% of greens, 67% of sand saves, and 29 putts. So again, a solid round. I was 3 under par through 6 holes in this round though. That's the bit that annoys me a little bit. I've let this round get away from me, but it was one of those golf courses, you hit it slightly offline, you end up chopping it back towards the fairway if you can get it out of the lie you've got, and it just made it hard work if you miss the fairways. So those fairways that I have missed, I've sometimes missed them in an awkward spot or on the wrong side, and it's just led to either a bogey or a double bogey. So it is what it is. It was a championship golf course. I quite like this new app as well. This might be something I'm going to use going forwards. I like the strokes gained stats on there. It does really show up some areas that you feel that are going well that might not be, and vice versa. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that video from my recap of Le Golf National. If you haven't seen the vlogs, go back and watch those, and watch our daily vlogs from Le Golf National. If there is a golf trip that you would like to go on, me and Simon are really interested in running another one next year. Hit the comment section up with some suggestions of where you'd like to go and what you would like to do. And we'll see you down here at PGA Life 365 again very soon.